Hi, welcome back to my vlog, Peace of Life, and today I am so excited to share with you some fun makeup tips. I was fortunate enough to go to a workshop at Barney's yesterday, and I got to see Daniel Chinchilla. Now, he is a celebrity makeup artist, and he has done makeup for, I think he's actually on the tour with Ariana Grande right now, and her makeup always looks on point and flawless. And he is just a bright light and so inspiring and so cool and very humble. And it was amazing. I feel like everything I learned about makeup, I feel like everything I learned about makeup I learned from YouTube, but I feel like I just could throw a lot of that stuff out the door, and I'm so excited and just in awe of the way he talked about makeup. And, just really simply, I want to get into the makeup, but he just said it's about enhancing your beauty. So whenever you're wearing makeup, it's like enhancing like what your assets are. If it's your eyes, your cheekbones, your lips, it's not about piling a bunch of makeup on. It's really about makeup is just to enhance your natural beauty. And I am like a lover of powders. Like, I watch YouTube and they talk about baking and this and powders, and he hardly used any powders. He didn't really use any setting powders, which I was like, wow. I was just like, what? I had to ask him a few questions about that, but he really doesn't, because it's about your glowy, natural skin. It's about looking dewy and fresh. And I have more mature skin, so for me, I probably really should be using less powders. So, without further ado, I've always wanted to say that, I'm gonna get into this. So I have a little arsenal here of makeup. Hopefully I don't drop anything. And I'm just gonna start off with what he started off with. Okay, so really basic. First thing is you wanna make sure you moisturize. Again, moisturizing is so important, making sure your skin is very supple and dewy and creamy. So he started with the moisturizer in the middle of the face. So everything kind of starts in the middle of your face, and then he blended it out. Okay, so he did that, a little bit of eye cream, but again, everything from the middle out. And then the next step he used was a primer. Now, what I use today and I love is the YSL primer. It's called the Blur Primer. It is so beautiful. It works so great. It's not too thick. It's very dewy and fresh and has a natural glow to it. I even wear this on days when I'm not wearing makeup. So again, with the primer, what he did was he put it on his, he actually used a brush and put it on the back of his hand. So he did a lot of his makeup that way. So a few pumps of the primer, and then again, start from the middle of your face, which I don't know where I've learned this, but I've always done the outside in. So primer on the nose, cheekbones, on your pores, go out, cover your face. But again, the main points are where your focal point of your face. So again, that's where your canvas starts. Nose, out. So do the primer. Next step was the foundation. Now I'm using Forever Dior. I think he used MAC. And this is great if you have pores. It's really great for pores, everlast wearing. So again, pump this on the back of my hand. I actually added a little bit of this Becca Skin Perfector. So I kind of blended those two together in the back of my hand. And then I mixed them in, and then I dabbed it here. And then he uses a beauty blender, and I just kind of dabbed it out from the nose, in, just out. And then I made it to the ends, which is so, again, I want to just reiterate that. I have always started from the outside in, again. And you think about it, this is where everybody's really going to see your face. So he did that. Okay, and then what he says is he goes back in and covers up any imperfections. Again, it's not about masking your face. It's about showing your face like your glowy, natural, beautiful skin. It's not about covering everything up. So I love that. Okay, the next thing is he did concealer. He used a matte concealer, which I have, but I've been using the Tarte Shape Concealer, which I love. Here we go again. He just covers up where you need it. So just the dark spots. He said he doesn't do any big triangles, all the laugh lines, highlight. He just does where you need it the most, just like right under the eye. So he just dabbed a little bit here, blended it in, and that's it. I was like, wait, no laugh lines, no nose, no. He didn't do all that fuss. He just kept it really simple, which I love, and I think it's great for every day. And it'll be easy to do. So he did that. And then he used an eye primer for the eye, which I want to get. It's by MAC and it's called Bamboo. And he said that in itself, if you don't have time for eyeshadow, you can just use that. And it's called Bamboo, and he said it looks greater on warmer skin tones. So I want to purchase that because I don't have an eye primer, so I just put some concealer on. So did that. So now the canvas is ready for the makeup. No powder, no under eye setting, no baking, no nothing. So I was like, what? Like, I have a foundation, a powder that goes with the YSL foundation I purchased, and I didn't use that, which he, I was like, okay, wait a second. All these setting powders I normally use, none of that, no baking, boom. Okay, so the next thing we did, we moved on to the face. So I'm just gonna start, not in any order that he did necessarily, but I'm gonna start with the bronzer. So I am using, it's actually MAC. I love MAC, and he said that was one of his first big jobs was working for MAC. And it's called Give Me Sun. It's a beautiful color bronzer. So what he does is he does the bronzer, puts it on, and goes in circular motions. So again, he doesn't just like wipe it back and forth, circular motions on both sides. So I like the idea. He doesn't do any of the, carving out or anything, but he does blend it, again, circular motions on the forehead, just so it all makes sense, because you don't want it really dark on your cheeks and then light on your forehead. So that it all kind of blends together. Again, circular motions. The next thing he did was he used a blush. Now he used a bright blush from Orange. It was like an orangey blush from Tom Ford. So I'm using one from NARS. Again, something a little bit brighter. He says that brightening up your cheeks, so people don't realize that it makes you look so young and youthful. It's like everybody should be wearing blush. So again, blush on the cheeks, and then just rub it, roll it in. So you want to go circular motions, nothing harsh, just like that, which I thought was great. And he said do something a little bit brighter. So even though this looks really scary in here, like really bright pink, you can see that on my cheeks it looks pretty natural. Okay, so the next thing he did was he did eyeshadow. And he said with the eyeshadow, he used a color by MAC, but I'm going to use my bronzer. It was something similar to this. And you take your brush and then kind of tap it out. And again, you want to go in circular motions. So nothing harsh, no harsh lines. Everything's circular. Circular. I did it on both sides. Circular motion. Now I brought it under, he did not. So that's just something I do. And then he said with the eyeshadow, I'm using Mythology, which I'm obsessed with by MAC. It's this beautiful color. It's so pretty. And he said, so you don't get fallout, obviously tap your brush, but always kind of pack it in. Pack. You don't want to like rub it around, just pack it in. Boom. He did not use any eyeliner, you guys. I was freaking out. I was like, how is he not using eyeliner? No eyeliner. Okay, so eyelash curler and then mascara. He said make sure you use your mascara, that you take it out, and you always want to start at the bottom of the lash and zhuzh it up. I'm doing sound effects. Both sides, and then going down on both sides. So you want to make sure that vibrating up. Don't just like, you want to get it in there. So you do that. And then I said, if you had to wear eyeliner, where would you wear it? Like, would you wear it on top of the eye, in the inside of the waterline? He said if you were gonna do mascara, just to do it in the bottom of your waterline. So I did a little bit of that today. Then let's get on to the fun stuff. Highlighter. Thank God he uses highlighter. Okay, so he used two actually. So I'm using Becca Prosecco, and he said to use something gold to start out with. So you do this. Again, dab it off, and then again, circular motions. Circular motions, circular motions. He did some on the nose, there. And then he went in with something a little bit more pink, he said, on top of that. This is called Beaming Blush. It's also by MAC. And then, so you go in with this, and then right on top of that. And you do circular motions on both sides. Down the nose. I mean, it's so beautiful. Okay, then he did a little bit of lipstick liner. I'm using Spice, and he said not to do, like, not to really fill in your lips like harshly, but just to kind of like feather it out with the eyeliner, or sorry, with the lip liner. And then lipstick I'm using, again, is by MAC. It's called Cream and Your Coffee, which is so great. I wanted something that kind of was more natural, but I didn't need a mirror to put on. And then I top it with Chanel gloss. It's the Rouge, and it's $119. Pop that over it. You guys, this is crazy. And I'm done. For eyebrows, he said just fill them in. He likes Anastasia, but really natural look. And what I use, which I think you should all go out and buy, is the Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer by Maybelline. It's drugstore. It's so inexpensive. He doesn't even use like a setting spray. He said if you want to use it, use it. I use it because, again, my skin is a little bit more mature. So I sprayed on, my favorite is the MAC setting spray. I think he would love me because I love MAC and I have a lot of MAC products. So I set that, but no powders, people. I didn't do any baking under my eyes for my concealer. I didn't do any powders on my face besides the bronzers and the blush. And I love it. Like, my skin looks so fresh and dewy, and it just, I mean, I really love it. So again, I hope you like this video. I'm in love with him. I'm like his #1 fan now. He's so humbling and sweet and so inspiring. Again, his name is Daniel Chinchilla. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. I'll do more videos on makeup. I can apply it for you, fashion. Join my family. It's called Peace of Life. And again, do something peaceful for yourself. Do something nice just for you. You deserve it. I want this to be a community where we all support each other. So again, if you love this video and you want to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Have a great Sunday. Bye.